What is the percentage of the day that you smile here?
Yeah, it's something that happens a lot at Nature Year is that the kids are smiling, the staff are smiling. One of my favorite moments from last year, it was the winter. It was a really cold day. I had hidden in my heated office all day. I didn't want to go outside. And when I found the teacher team at the end of the day, they were all laughing and smiling. Not a one of them said they were cold. They said they had had an amazing day. There's a lot of joy in the woods.
So I'm Chet, and I work here in the Nature Year program. I actually have a favorite place, which isn't a specific place, but I've kind of named it Mountain Laurel Village, which is up behind the cabins. But it's all the wiggly trees, and you can climb in them. You're so close to the ground, but it's like kind of magical because it's this cool forest of sort of tangible for the kids, which is important, and they can challenge themselves, and it's actually accessible. Like, because kids like climbing, but a lot of times they feel like they can't get up in the trees, like they don't know how to climb them.
So we're outside from September to June. The program takes a break in the summer, in all weather. We would only come inside if it was dangerous to be outside, like a hailstorm or a thunderstorm, or if we have an activity that really dictates it's best done inside. Like, other than that, we are outside. So they've been outside in the pouring rain. They've been outside on 8-degree February days. Certainly we come in, if the kids are uncomfortable, we come in, change socks, get dry shoes, change rain pants. It's not a test of endurance.
Okay, so what do you have? Nature Year tea?
Yeah, all stuff from their garden.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, it's hot tea. Oh, that's excellent. That's really good.
Yeah.
Friends of mine were talking recently and said if they had to scientifically design a job for me, it would be what I'm doing. So, I've always been working like with kids, working in sort of alternative educational experiences. A lot of my background is with children's theater and circus. About 10 years ago, I sort of shifted medium from like arts and theater education with kids to environmental education, farm-based education, gardening, beekeeping as well.
The kids do chores every day, and a lot of that is, it's not so much about teaching the skill of like how do we water the chickens or how do we collect firewood. Much of it is developing ownership of this space and of this program. So certainly they're also learning those skills of how do we care for the garden or split firewood or make a campfire. But another really important piece is that co-ownership of space, that we all care for this space together. It's not just the adult job to make the space for the kids. We make it as a community.
So I'm cooking squash fritters it's trumpeta squash, it's sweet potatoes from our garden, it's chives from our garden, it's scallions from our garden, it's parsley from our garden. So it's all from the garden, and eggs from our chickens.
Many are homeschoolers, and then many also are enrolled in public school 1 day per week. And so their day that they come to Nature Year, they just don't go to their regular public school, they come to Common Ground instead.
Not like nothing at all.
When you have a burning stick, can you stay on the ground and not walk around with it? And give each other some room, okay? I grew up in upstate New York. We were 40 minutes from anything. There's more cows than people. Get off the bus, go over there, and then I'd go straight into the woods. That's not something we play with over. Look, and look, they turn bright orange and curl up.
That's cool to watch.
Sorry. That was the best way I could have spent my childhood. And I see similarities between what I was doing then, sort of on my own, and what Nature Year is trying to do here. And I find it really special. But I think my favorite part is when I get to step back and not teach anything and let the kids teach each other.
In the afternoon, there's space for kid-led activities, which is exactly what it sounds like. The kids each have a chance to go around and propose an activity that they would like to lead or do.
Our meeting keeper has a change of plan.
Okay, guys, we're changing plans.
Alright, what's the plan?
Okay, so Chet will be in Tinkertown. Mommy will be in Nutville. Dad will be at Chickens.
I was surprised at how jazzed I got at letting kids like take ownership and lead things. Otis knows I trust him to use that hatchet now. I'm gonna be checking in with him every once in a while, be like, are you running out of steam? Are you still focused? Is this something too hard? Like don't make a really unwise decision. But he knows I trust him, so he like understands I give him that responsibility, and you realize that's an important responsibility, right, Otis? And so therefore he's not gonna just mess around with it, you know? So it's I don't know. It's not something we do lightly, I guess.
Like I don't have sort of a like massive amount of skill in one set thing. I kind of just bring creativity to whatever is there, wherever we are.
Tinkertown is our loose parts play space. It looks like an exploded, broken playground. It's this valley in the forest on our property where we have essentially broken playground equipment. Nothing dangerous, but it's full of plastic parts, old slides, tires, boards, things that kids can make their own play with.
Okay, we'll follow you. I'll follow you guys. Go ahead.
I do this all the time.
You're kidding me.
Nope. It's a bumper. Where's the tear?
We asked them what they would like to be called, and it was something along the lines of like wild nature wild nature children or something like that.
Hey, these are my gloves. Throw my gloves.
Yeah, there is that on the wall. Where's this part that
Within our Nature Year staff, we use a couple different words. I hear quiet time, sit spot, or special places. It's a special time during the morning where the children go to a space that they have determined in the forest. So next to a tree or at an area where they like the view. And they sit there quietly for just a few minutes. But what they're developing is the practice of just sitting silently and calmly in nature and observing.
Sometimes we bring out our journals so the kids could observe and draw if they want. With the 5-year-olds we work on, some days, what do you hear for the 2 minutes? Some days, what do you see? It's just a different way to experience a time on your own, by yourself, quietly.
If you had asked me, can my own 6-year-old son sit quietly by himself in nature for 10 minutes and not get up and not bother anyone and reflectively sit and look up at the trees and enjoy nature, I would have said, no, he doesn't have that attention span yet. He's not ready to do it. And then I walk up to the outdoor classroom and see him doing it at Nature Year, which is amazing.
Things come up here, like we were showing a spider molt this morning, and that made me wonder, like, what is exactly happening with the spider molts, and like, how can I learn more about that? What types of spiders around here molt? Do all spiders molt? How old can spiders live to be? So, like, what's going on here is fueling me to learn more specific things. This one right here? Yeah, put it right on top. Let's see if this one makes sense.
I think, space, trying to just like create a lot of space for, especially for kids, to just do what they need to do. Uncertainty on a parent's part or on any adult's part is actually an opportunity for like modeling growth and learning.
Developmentally, kids should be outside playing in the mud, but also that's where the next generation of environmental leaders comes from. You don't want to save the planet until you've learned to love nature and you've stomped in the puddles and rolled in the mud, and then you want to save the planet.
I don't know, it's a little piece of magic here. You can't go wrong with that, you know?